Greetings YouTube, time for a bargain video. First we have the Sod House Museum Cookbook. I got that for my wife and she has some stuff in there that she is interested in looking at. Even though she has decided to eat vegetarian, this still has dishes that she can use. And in the back they actually had folksy first aid recommendations, which is kind of cool. Howtoon, the possibilities are endless, and this is a book of cartoons, basically a graphic novel describing experiments and stuff that kids can do. That's for my nephews. Creative bookbinding. I've always kind of been interested in bookbinding, and I got that for $1, so I'm like, I'll take a look at it. Plus YouTube videos, which I've seen, which are very useful. Between those two things, I might get some ideas. Then we have some popular mechanics and popular sciences. 3 popular mechanics and 1 popular science. This is from 58. That's from 44, 46, and 47. So I'm going to give these a look. I picked those up for like $1, I think, for all 4 of them. I love these kind of things. And getting like the blueprint for tomorrow. I'm going to see what the past had to say about now, which is interesting. The Devil's Brigade, which is the story of the first Special Forces unit that was trained true for the U.S. and Canada. And they've acquired that nickname from the Germans. Richard Feynman's Last Journey, Tuva or Bust. I'm a fan of Richard Feynman, and this is supposed to be their effort to get to Tanis Tuvu. Emily the Strange, The Lost Days, which is a novel, and it has illustrations. It's aimed at tweens, I think, but my wife likes this. I got that for my wife because I thought she'd like it. A Rumor of War. And this is about an author's personal experiences in Vietnam. Medieval Sieges and Siegecraft by Geoffrey Hindley. It's a bitter little world. The smartest, toughest, nastiest quotes from film noir, and they're broken down by age of the film, so genre, like which decade they came in. Then Quiet Water Canoe Guide, which I took a gamble on it because I didn't think my wife had it. She's got it, so we're just going to pass this on to one of her coworkers. On to movies, and a good catch this week. SpongeBob Halloween episodes. Woohoo! Hello, SpongeBob. The second season of Invader Zim. My wife is a fan. A kid's version of the Avengers, the next Avengers. Chappie. I actually didn't think that was bad, and I was shocked that it had, spoiler alert, a happy ending. I'm gonna probably do a review on that one. Holes, which I thought was pretty good, as long as you completely divorce yourself from reality and just look at it as a fairy tale. Don't think about it too deep. Jet Li and Flying Swords of Dragon Gate. Knew nothing about that one. I bought that one blind. The Arabian Nights with John Leguizamo as the genie. Clive Owen and Morgan Freeman in The Last Knights. I paid 50 cents for it. I'm not really looking. Didn't expect much out of that one. Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15. Not expecting a lot of that one either. Or Warcraft, for that matter. 21 Jump Street. The guy was selling them Blu-rays for $2.50, so I picked that one up. And I picked up Hitman Agent 47. We have the original Andromeda Strain, which is a great film. The Legend of Suryotai, which I know nothing about. I bought that one blind. Superman Brainiac Attack original movie. Hacksaw Ridge, a true story, which I've been looking forward to. And I picked that one up new for $7. Not a bad price for a new Blu-ray. Captain America Civil War. I'll do a review about that one. I bought that one somewhat reluctantly because I really don't like this Civil War storyline. The new Ghostbusters. I'll be doing probably a review on that one too. It went into a direction that I think made it be less good than it could have been. The Good Dinosaur, I haven't watched that one yet. The Angry Birds movie, I kind of like this movie. I had fun. St. Vincent with Bill Murray. Revenant. I haven't gotten in the mood to watch a bear attack somebody yet, so we'll get around to that sooner or later. The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, which I picked up specifically because I want to listen to the commentary track. Jack the Giant Slayer, because my wife is a big fan. And then we also have 2 seasons of The Legend of Korra, books 2 and 3. And I got them for a song, so I'm like, I got to pick them up. So I need to get books 1 and 4. And then we have Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon, just for fun. I know it's a romantic comedy, but sometimes I like romantic comedies. On to less structured sections. Time for some strange things. Well, first, this isn't so strange. It's a zippered, brightly colored plaid shirt. My wife got that for herself for $5. This is a cargo net we got for the use of my wife's back of my wife's car. She has a RAV4. This will help us organize things a little better. Picked it up like $2. This is just a cutting board. I plan on turning that into vice jaws, so it's going to get cut up. Some metal filigree. I'm not really sure what these came from. We got them for $1. My wife's going to use them for some kind of an art project. But yeah, they're interesting. I don't know what she's going to do it for. And I've shown this book before, but I showed that book before because this is sitting on something known as a pyramid, P-E-E-R, and it's designed to hold books in your lap. So that's what the book's there for, to show you how it works. I haven't tried it yet, and it's got to move it around with it, pick it up and carry it around, or use it as a bookmark. So we're going to see how that works. And I picked it for $2 at a community yard sale, so I'm like, I'm going to try, it might work. We have this, which is steel, or cast iron. I think it might be just cast iron, painted to look goldish. That's going to end up something. I don't know how I'm going to mount it, but it's wonderfully heavy. Really cool. We have 2 dragons, a water dragon and a land dragon, and I picked those up at a by the pound place, so I probably paid a total of 20 cents for those things. Didn't have any more, unfortunately, but those 2 I got for my nephews. And we have a large grommet set. Usually these large grommet, picked this up for $2 at a yard sale. My wife picked up this dragon, which is why it's next to the dragons, this dragon glass. She thought that was nice. We picked it up at an estate sale. Went to the attic. We paid $1 for that. I got my wife a tiki guy, which is a tiki guy with a smaller tiki guy. This is from, I think, Sky something or others. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I picked that up because she likes tiki guys. We have 2 dinosaur figures, which are interesting because they are cast. These are die cast figures. I got a couple of these because I kind of like this guy. I don't remember what that creature's called. It's a prehistoric mammal. It may actually have overlap with the A or M man, but I'm not positive. And this is supposed to be some kind of mutant, weird rat-looking thing. It would be perfect for a role-playing game of some variety. Then we have these 3 very large hinges. These are very heavy hinges, very big. And half a spool of chain, along with this black board, is going to end up being a wider window for my cat. So I'm going to put one hinge in the middle and then put chain on either side. And that way when the cat needs it, I can fold it up, put the chain up, and use that as support. And when I don't want it, I can just disconnect the chain and lay it and have it bend down and lay flat against the wall. But I picked this up, these 3 very large heavy hinges and this spool of metal of chain for $10. That's a really good deal. The chain itself is probably worth $30. So this is a Fisker's hand drill, and I got it for nothing. Someone's just giving it away. So I thought I'd give it a try and see how well it works. It's missing some of the bits and stuff, but just to see if does this thing work for free? Yeah, I do that. It's a gear review. I like gear reviews. We have 2 knives. This is a pink knife, which I kind of like. It's a Schrade. And this is an official Girl Scout knife. They don't actually issue knives to Girl Scouts any longer. And I got this. We got this for $10. My wife works for the Girl Scouts, and she was like, "That was so awesome!" And it is an awesome find. That one's mine. We have 2 pieces of jewelry here, and this is a clay with some kind of strange, strange connection. I'm going to turn it into a necklace or something. But I kind of like the face on it. Then we have this, which is just a small rock with some fossils in it. Very simple, kind of cool. And make a nice little pendant for somebody. Besides the wood board, which is finished, and I got it at a buy the pound place, so I paid almost nothing for it. That's where I got this too. Obviously, I put a little more for this because it's hot and light. We have some bells, which has a nice colorful thing going on there, and I like that one better. This has got 2 colors, green and red, along with 2 accents. It's kind of nice. Got some large, chunky, happy-looking dice for my collection. This is a fish wrench. No, it's not actually a fish wrench, but it looks like a fish. It looks like a fish skeleton. And I picked it up. I thought it was kind of cool. And it actually has on these sides. Yeah, it's actually got measurements like 1 1/8 and 9/16. Though I wouldn't want to use it because you have to grab it in a very uncomfortable way to use it. But to use it as part of my collection, that's cool. And this I bought to use. It's really wonderfully hefty. A nice heft to it. It goes 1/2 inch to 1 1/4. And this is from Skillcraft. I'm not sure if I own these Skillcraft tools or not. But you just dial in your size and go to town. So I'm going to try that one and see how well it works. It's got a nice feel to it at least. And we're going to have one more section up here today. Maybe downstairs. Maybe I'm just too lazy. We'll see. Okay, last section upstairs. We have a load belt. U.S. military load belt. I picked that up for $1 at a yard sale, an estate sale. Pity that none of the guy's clothing would fit me because he was like a medium long and I'm a large-ish, maybe even extra large-ish, depends on the cut and the company and such. And so I couldn't really get any of his uniforms or stuff. But he was a West Pointer, man. He was a West Pointer, and his West Point uniform was there. It was amazing. We have this small, kind of weird-looking little 1/2 inch wrench. I kind of like that star shape, so I picked it up for $1. That's my wrench collection. I might find a use for it. This is a magnetized envelope you could slap on a fridge or something, because we can keep lots of things stuck to the fridge with clips and magnets and things. So I figured maybe have a little pocket I could just stick the smaller things in there. Might be useful. It's like $2, I think. A set of headphones for hearing protection. These the Lightning or Lighting L3. These are Australian, oddly enough. They're like built to Australian standards. Because I have my own pair, and my wife borrows them quite frequently when she uses the lawnmower. So now she has her own pair. Those are hers, and the other ones I keep in the basement. So when I'm using the grinders and things, I'm not hurting my hearing. Then we have this. This is a Everready. Yeah, Everready Captain's flashlight. I've never heard of it. It's really pleasantly shiny. I'm going to see about converting this to LED. Need $3 for that. This is an Everready, and you can see it works. I turned it on. Turning it with one hand, however, well, I can't do it with one hand. All right. This looks to be completely waterproof. So I'm going to find out if it is. I'm going to test it. I'm going to do a little research, make sure it is supposed to be waterproof, and then I'm going to give it a test, see if it floats, and see if it works in a sink. I'm not going to take it out any deeper than that. We have a faux machete. Punto Cana. There were 2 of these actually. This is the better one of the 2 at the thrift shop. So I picked it up just because I thought it was entertaining. This is a broken Ace Hardware very, very large ratchet. Very big. This is the biggest ratchet I have ever seen personally. And this is solid steel, man. Absolute solid steel. Chrome vanadium from Taiwan. And I'm going to just use this as an impact weapon, man. It is just awesome. It weighs a ton. It hit like a truck. Then we have this here, which is part of a pickaxe handle. And the guy initially wanted $5 for it. And I put it back on the table, and I'm like, it's from a pickaxe handle. And he looked at me and he said 2. I said, okay, for 2, I'll take it. Because it's got a really nice patina. I wish you could smell it. It's a wonderful, oily, kerosene-y smell. It's awesome. And I'm thinking of banding it. Put a band here, maybe a band here, and then some studs to hold the band in place. I thought that would be, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be awesome? You know, do a couple of holes here. To hold the band in place, and then after you wrapped it, probably some smaller holes on the other side just to flush, make those so you can't really, they don't stick out too far. But that would just be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I may play with that. And here we have something I'm really happy with. This is an axe, and it's designed, it's got a nail pillar, so it's designed to both hammer and pull nails or spikes and things. It's in really nice shape. Now, I had recently had an axe which I was going to use as a trunk tool, and I'm still going to refinish it. I'm probably donate it when I'm done with it, because this would be a much better trunk tool because it's a better size and it has this. It's designed to be used as a hammer and it pulls nails. So yeah, it's a better choice. So this has been the bargain video here because I'm too tired to go downstairs. So again, the downstairs stuff is going to have to wait. I may end up doing a downstairs video by itself at this point. Hope you've enjoyed it and see you around.